Hi folks, I hope you are able to hear my voice and also see my screen. Please confirm on the chat if you are able to hear me and see my screen. Hi, good evening, Omkar. Hi, Nisarg. I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Yes, okay, great. Okay, I'm audible as well. Awesome. So I'll just start off this session. As people join in. Hi Amit, hi Karthik. So we'll keep this quick, crisp and quick. I don't want to waste your time or mine. So these are the list of stocks that we'll be discussing today, right? Wipro, ITC, IEX, Infi, Wipro. Wipro is there two times, so a lot of people ask for it. L&T Finance, I think. Deepak Nitrite, Tata Steel, Biocon, and Bajaj Finance, right? So let's get cracking. We'll start with Wipro. A lot of people asked for Wipro. So I'll be sharing my analysis. And by the way, guys, this is purely for educational purposes, for you guys to understand that how I look at charts, how I analyze chart. It is not a recommendation that you should go ahead and buy it or sell a particular stock. All right, so this is purely a learning session. So getting started with Wipro. So generally what I do is I'll start off with a higher time frame and then keep on coming down. I'll do this for almost all the this thing, all the stocks. So let's start with weekly to understand what's happening, right? Yeah. So Wipro is been in a downtrend for the past few weeks, right? And just a second, guys. Just a second, guys. Give me a second. Sorry, start नहीं हुआ अभी. But people said they are able to see and hear me. No. Alright, guys. Just a confirmation. You guys are able to see the screen and you guys are able to hear me as well. Please confirm. I think some people are not able to, so I just want to make sure that everyone is there. Can you please put it in the chat if you are able to see my screen and also if I'm audible? Yeah, I think everyone is able to. So I'm not sure where the problem is. So let's continue. Okay, I think there are two links. One is working. ऐसा कुछ है. So sorry for the confusion, guys. All right. All right. So I'll move ahead. Sorry for the confusion. So you're talking about Wipro, right? So looking at the weekly time frame, clearly it's in a downtrend, right? तो अभी downtrend पे है तो अपने को क्या देखना है? We have to look for a support area where it can possibly reverse. So when I look at this chart, right, this looks like a decent support zone, right? Somewhere between 382 and around 382 and 390. So I would be closely watching the price action in this zone. This is a very good support zone, right? Now this could be a very good opportunity to go long. And also the downtrend here, if I look at it on the weekly, it's getting sluggish. यहाँ पे we got a nice down move, then again a nice down move, but the successive lower lows that are being made here, right? They're very very close, and this time it's kind of made a higher low if this gets broken. So the overall price action on the weekly looks like that of downward consolidation, right? So this kind of a pattern when happens, it's mostly bullish in nature. ठीक है, अब आ जाते हैं डेली पे. लेट्स लुक एट द डेली टाइम फ्रेम. So daily also same thing. It's been hovering around between 370 and 430 for the past almost 7-8 months now, right? So daily से नीचे अभी नहीं जाएंगे. Wipro is a kind of stock I would not want to kind of actively trade. I would rather keep this in my on my investment thing. So I feel that it could give a decent upside from here, right? Unless 370 gets taken out decisively. So if I were to trade this, I would probably look for going long, partially at longs above 400 maybe, and all the way up to 410, 420. So gradually, as it keeps on proving that the support is formed, I'll keep on adding. And the stop loss remains below 370, so in 360 to 370 zone. That will be my outlook for the stock. All right, so moving on to the next stock now. Next one is ITC. तो ITC भी देखते हैं. ITC तो it's been a darling of the stock market. So in the past 1 year, before that everyone used to curse this stock, but past 1 year it's been the top performing stock. So now let's see how it's poised. Really nice up move in the past year, that's 2022. And then if you look at this up move on the weekly, उसके बाद जो correction आया, it is not significant in my opinion, right? So it might consolidate here for some time. And the other point to keep in mind is that ITC will generally wait for the budget announcements, so for a movement, because of the cigarette business, right? So every now and then there are new taxes, new rules and regulations that come in with respect to tobacco consumption. तो ये अभी बजट तक तो I don't think one should look to trade this, because there will not be a decisive move coming in. Only after budget we'll get that decisive move. But clearly the trend is up. So if I were looking for a trade in this, that would be a long trade only. However, I would wait and watch. So this is at a good support area actually. It's a decent support area, but I would kind of wait and watch for this till the budget, right? Cool guys. Next, next we have IEX. So IEX again, this we saw massive up move in IEX. I think in 21 years. So if you look at this move, it's been like awesome. From 41, it went to almost 300 plus. So good 7x, 8x kind of a move. And since then, it has lost steam. So it's in a downtrend. It's not a stock that I would really look to invest in unless I see some signs of reversal. So weekly pay, as of now, there are no signs of reversal. Let's look at the daily chart as well. Daily maybe it's in a downtrend, although the downtrend, the force or the strength of the downtrend has definitely gone down, but still not. I mean, there are better stocks in an uptrend that I would prefer compared to IEX as of now. Let's look at Infi. Right. So Infi again, IT sector as a whole has not done very well in the past year because of the slowdown in the US. So these stocks are also struggling. If you look at the weekly, uh, so it's made a high of almost 1953 and then it made a low of 1360. So a correction of close to 17-18%. Right, but IT stocks are generally buy on dip, is what I have seen. Every time if you look at even the, yeah, they have the monthly chart as well. If you look at the monthly chart as well, so IT is a sector which almost always bounces back. So whenever there's a, whether it's TCS or Infosys, right, not from a, analyzing the chart, but from a general perspective, if from the top they go down by 20-25%, generally that's a good point to buy. Historically, it has been like that, right? Even during COVID time, the high for this Infi was 850 and it went down to 500. So good 30% cut there. But we saw, I mean, cut of 40, 50, 60% in most of the stocks. So IT stocks in general, what I feel is if you get a 20% cut, you can start, I mean, at least that is what I do. You start doing the SIP or something of that sort. Accumulate करने का है उसको. I'll quickly look at TCS as well. So TCS, I have some holding in, nothing major, but I invest in it, whenever I feel that there has been a correction. So yeah. So again, similar thing. So I feel this could be a good point to, I mean, if you look at the monthly chart, then it's awesome uptrend, right? And if you're a long-term investor, तो इतना तो correction आएगा ही. I mean, 20-30% correction will be there. Whether this turns into consolidation or we get a rapid up move, that remains to be seen. But this is a good long-term, these are good long-term stocks that a person can probably get behind. Huh? So Wipro we already discussed. Moving on to L&T FH. I think still some guys are confused. I see a chart. Let me. Okay, give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening, so let it be. Uh, so L&T FH is what I'll quickly look at. Hmm. I don't track this stock, so I'll just do the same kind of analysis here as well. So starting off with weekly here. Okay. Uh, This is prima facie what I look at. What I'm looking at is a range bound stock, right? In the past, if I look at on the lower side around 43, on the upper side around 110, right? It's been in this range for almost 3 years now. So not the kind of stock you would want to trade. Generally, you would want to get into stocks that are moving, that are at a very critical zone. This being right in the middle of the range is probably not the best to kind of trade. Um, but having said that, if it kind of gives a breakout above 112, 113, still there is a resistance at 125. So, I mean, we'll get better stocks to invest in trade in. LNTFH is not the best looking chart for, at least according to me. Deepak Nitrate. Okay. This again, massive up move in the past, I mean in 2021, and then a year of consolidation. It's pretty normal, कि whenever you get a good up move, a massive uptrend, the stock moves up by 5x, 10x in a period of 2 years, you will see a year of consolidation, right? तो इसमें भी अभी वही चल रहा है. It's in the consolidation mode. I think it could be a good buy once you get some sort of a reversal in trend on the daily. So weekly is kind of consolidating. On daily, good point. I would look to buy if it kind of reverses, gives a higher high kind of a formation. So that could be a good point to buy. The ideal scenario, according to me, would be this coming down a bit more, right, to almost 1700 levels is the ideal scenario. Then probably a bit of consolidation, formation of higher high, and break of this point. So this will be a good entry point with a stop loss below the 1700 levels. Could be a good long-term bet, right? Cool. So yeah, moving on to the next one. Mm, Tata Steel. Tata Steel, I think it's moving up from support. I've not seen it for a while, but एक बार देखते हैं. I think most of the Tata stocks are in moving in from the support. Whether this is any different, let's see. This seems different. So steel sector being cyclical in nature, इसमें movement थोड़ा सा वो भी impact करता है how the sector is performing, right? So that's also the case. Okay. So so this Tata Steel, I mean, it's been in an uptrend, almost same thing, 2021 massive uptrend, and it's been consolidating. This could be a decent long. I think we are in an uptrend on the daily, so could be a decent long. But again, there might be better stocks to look at which are in an uptrend. But this, I mean, this is more like a trading bet. I would not think of Tata Steel when it comes to investing from investment point of view. But this is this could be a good trading bet. So you can trade this on the long side with some small stop losses. Like here, if it breaks 120, it could be a good long with a small stop loss of around below 114, right? Next we have is Biocon. So let's look at Biocon. Okay, tough one, man. This is definitely not something that I would look to go long into. On the weekly, it's in a nice strong trend. On the daily as well, it's moving down. The level that I would look at right now is somewhere around 216. So this is a good support area, right? We got a breakout from here. Then this was a pivot. These two pivots are here again. So yeah, so this around 220 actually. Yeah, so this area, so we have a pivot here, a nice breakout which got filled again, two pivots here, so nice turning point. And if we so between 210 and 220 is a very good support area. So if we get down somewhere around here, I would look to get long here, right? So in this zone, then we'll wait for a reversal. The TR, if we get any formation of trend reversal, right? Something like a higher high on the daily or on the hourly. So that would be a good entry with a stop loss below 210, right? And this could, I mean, if the fortune's turn, there's a couple of good news flow. So we can easily see this going up to 400, 450 and all. So this is the one to watch out for. If we get to 210, 220, probably I'll keep an eye on this as well. And if the opportunity comes, I'll share it with you guys. Now the last one is Bajaj Finance. So similar to ITC, similar to the IT sector that I was talking about, Infi and TCS, Bajaj Finance also historically has this thing that it moves up really fast and then gives a massive correction. So here it went up to 3,000 and came down to below 2,000, so 30% cut. Again, it went up to almost 5,000 and came down to almost 2,000 in cover. That was a massive cut, right? And I think something similar is happening here. But this time, one thing is different that the cut is not, very fast. Like in both these cases, it was really steep, and the uptrend was also very steep. But here, the fall is happening in a very consolidated manner. Now, this can be tricky because a lot of times when the falls happen in a very slow manner, then there is a possibility that there is a lot of distribution happening and the stock might go down lower by a lot more. So for now, I think my view on Bajaj Finance would be to be cautious, right? If we see a break of 5,200, that will be, I mean, that could open the gates towards probably 4,300 and lower, right? So this kind of a pattern does not look good. It made a high, corrected, and again tried to make a high, and that did not work out. Then from then onward, it's been making lower highs, right? So ये वाला tricky है थोड़ा, best avoided in my opinion, right? If I look at daily as well, so here the downtrend is getting steeper actually, right? So generally what I look at is when something is in downtrend, whether the downtrend is getting slower or steeper. So in this case, it's getting very steep, right? So downtrend, if it is happening like this, the lower lows made are very close by, then means that okay, it's getting slower. The PS is losing the energy, and we might see a reversal. But in this case, if you look at it, the lower lows are kind of like this one also. We're getting a good, nice down move. So not something that I would be bullish on, right? So that's it, guys. These were all the stocks that were there on the list today. I hope you got a sense of how to analyze, how to look at the price structure for these stocks. I'm really sorry for the confusion. I think there's some confusion with respect to the links that is there. So we'll try and sort that out in the back end going forward so that that confusion should not be there. And anyways, we'll try and upload this so that everyone can have a look, even if they were not able to join in live, right? So apart from that piece wherein there was some confusion, I hope you liked the discussion. You got some sense of how these stocks can be analyzed. You got a sense of how I analyze the stocks as well, right? So thank you for joining in, and yeah, so we'll do this exercise sometime again, probably in a few weeks. Till then, keep sharing your feedback over the comments, and yeah, have a nice week ahead. Thank you.